Richard Reshka is on their out lap.
These are the moments that really matter. Let's see if Richard Reshke can deliver.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Ella Kenneth is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run.
It's all about finding that balance between staying calm and focused, while also pushing the limits.
It looks like Bulldog 007 is getting ready to make their move. They're taking their time to warm up those tires and get everything just right.
This is the moment they've been preparing for. Let's see if they can execute.
You can feel the tension building. Romano Beer is out on track and getting ready to push for their qualifying time.
They will want to get a good gap established for their first flying lap.
It's all about strategy in these early moments. Willie Van Wyck is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run and get everything just right.
It's a delicate balance between taking it easy and pushing hard. Let's see how Willie Van Wyck handles it.
That's the out lap done for Willie Van Wyck. They'll now look to focus on their first flying lap. It's all about precision and speed in qualifying, and Bulldog 007 is nailing both. This is what it's all about. Clayton Ella is putting everything they've got into this qualifying session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Ella Kenneth will be looking to use this first hot lap to set a solid time in the standings. As Ella Kenneth completes their out lap, they will be hoping they have given themselves enough space on track to fully attack for their first flying lap. Clayton Ella is up minus 0.28. It's clear that Jandre Bucas is pushing Thearcar to the very edge of traction on this qualifying lap. The adrenaline is pumping. Philip Van Staden is on their out lap, warming up the tires and getting ready to put in a fast lap time.
These are the moments that really matter. Let's see.
Philip Van Staden has completed their first flying lap in 2:51.688. This is where the mental game comes into play. Bulldog 007 is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying. Bulldog 007 will be happy having put themselves into second in this qualifying session. Ernest Heather is up -0.21. Clayton Ella is looking for ways to improve their consistency.
They'll need to put together a perfect lap, hitting every apex and pushing the car to the limit without going over it.
A solid performance from Philip Van Staden as they currently hold position 9. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid.
You hit the nail on the head, Lucy. Philip
Van Staden has some work to do as that 139.734 is only good enough for 9th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
What an impressive performance from Richard Rushka. They are currently leading the pack in this qualification session, showing incredible pace and skill. It's a commanding position for them, and they have set the bar high for their competitors.
I share your thoughts, Lucy. Richard Reschke is currently untouchable with their outstanding performance. They have raised the bar, and their competitors have a tough challenge ahead to catch up.
A solid qualifying performance by Ernest Heather, positioning them in 5th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. Ernest Heather will be happy having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session. An outstanding display from Richard Rushka in this qualification session. They have been on fire, putting in blistering lap times and currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard. It's a statement performance, showcasing their speed and determination. Jandre Bucas has some work to do, as that 139.024 is only good enough for ninth. A strong showing from Ernest Heather as they currently sit in fifth. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. Bulldog 007 has positioned themselves well in second during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
Couldn't agree more, Lucy. Bulldog 007 has positioned themselves impressively in second. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway F1 course, as we're getting ready to get things underway.
The tension's building now. This is going to be another great race.
On the second grid slot we have Bulldog 007.
But they're going to have to be quick out of the blocks if they want to keep up with the top performers.
Our third place starter for today's race is none other than Ronnie Jonker.
Ronnie Jonker is looking on for a strong result.
Willie Van Wyck has qualified fourth. Taking the fifth spot is Ernest Heather. The green flag is waving and we're off to the races. Let's see who can get out in front and establish an early lead.
This is where the driver's true abilities will be put to the test. Staying calm and collected while pushing for the lead is the ultimate challenge.
Every lap is an opportunity for Richard Reschke to learn just a little bit more to shave a few tenths or hundredths off their times.
What a beautiful day for racing here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway F1 course. This is going to be good to watch.
As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at Simspeed Motorsports for making this all possible. Heroes one and all. The drivers are jockeying for position. Bradley Taylor will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position.
Let's hope everyone is able to stay focused for the challenge ahead.
Not the start that Ernest Heather wanted in this race. Seems they have been caught off guard from the get-go.
Definitely not the start they were looking for, and now they risk getting held up in the early stages of the race.
It's an intense battle for position as Ella Kenneth tries to outmaneuver Philip Van Staden. This is edge-of-your-seat racing.
Can they close up enough for a pass? I don't see it personally.
Clayton Ella is looking for an opportunity to get round Ernest Heather.
They need to keep it on the road, or at the very least the rumble strips. The fastest way around is not usually in the grass. As the saying goes, too much weed will slow you down.
The battle for 10 is heating up as Jandre Bucas tries to catch Clayton Ella in P10.
You can see that car bouncing around as they ride the curves. It's a risky move that could end in disaster.
A great moment for Jandre Bucas, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Great driving from Jandre Bucas, who has just gained a place and moved up to 9th. Peter Geldenhuys could be looking for a way up the inside of Ella Kenneth. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. It's been a solid race so far for Bradley Taylor. They're holding their position and keeping a steady pace. This is proving to be an exciting race. Breaking news, folks. A brilliant maneuver from Bradley Taylor, who has just moved up the field.
Impressive. Bradley Taylor is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. Ella Kenneth is giving it their all as they chase down Clayton Ella in P10. It seems like Ella Kenneth is struggling. Their last lap time was a bit off the pace of Clayton Ella.
It will be interesting to see if Clayton Ella can keep outpacing Ella Kenneth.
Peter Geldenhuys wants to close that gap with Ella Kenneth.
If they get too close, they might end up taking the paint off.
The race is heating up as Ella Kenneth in 11th closes in on Clayton Ella. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. It's game on now. Ella Kenneth has closed the gap to Clayton Ella. It's now down to 0.4 seconds.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. Both drivers will need to stay calm and focused if they want to come out on top.
Anyone who says that Simspeed Motorsports is not the best racing club on the planet is clearly insane. The quality of driving we're seeing out there on the track is absolutely phenomenal.
I couldn't agree more. It's like these drivers were born to race. They're weaving in and out of traffic, taking corners at unbelievable speeds, and making it all look effortless. It's clear that they've put in the time and effort to hone their skills.
The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Ella Kenneth in 11th chases after Clayton Ella. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Ella Kenneth needs to find a way to close the gap. Look at that, Peter Geldenhuis is hot on the tail of Clayton Ella. The pressure is on for Bradley Taylor as they try to catch up to John Visser.
The gap is 0.3 seconds now. Bradley Taylor is going to have to work a bit harder to close that gap with John Visser.
It's looking good for Bradley Taylor, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and John Visser.
Go, 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 that's what we want to see.
Look at this, John, what a shame for John Visser. They've lost. Breaking news, folks. A brilliant maneuver from Bradley Taylor, who has just moved up the field.
Impressive. Bradley Taylor is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Things are heating up as Bradley Taylor tries to close the gap to John Visser. Every move counts now as Willie Van Wyck works to reel in Bradley Taylor and overtake for P5.
The gap between them is just over 0.4 seconds, which can feel like miles if you're trailing and not catching up.
John Visser is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. One important aspect here is choosing the right braking points. John Visser needs to be precise to avoid overshooting and losing valuable time.
This is what it's all about, folks. Willie Van Wyck is in hot pursuit of John Visser, who's just trying to stay ahead.
If Willie Van Wyck pushes too hard, they might find themselves exploring the scenic route, and nobody's got time for sightseeing during a race.
Looks like Philip Van Staden is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about maintaining that fine line between speed and control. It's a game of strategy now as Philip Van Staden hunts down Gendre Bukes. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
This is where the race gets really interesting. Peter Geldenhuis is closing in on Clayton Ella.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Peter Geldenhuis should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Clayton Ella.
John Visser is on a mission, chasing Willie Van Wyck, who's desperately trying to stay ahead.
The gap between them is just over.
Breaking news, folks. A brilliant maneuver from Bradley Taylor, who has just moved up the field.
Impressive. Bradley Taylor is really showing their skill and determination out there.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Clayton Ella trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Peter Geldenhuis. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish. This is a thrilling battle as Bulldog 007 edges closer to Richard Reschke in their fight for P1. Clayton Ella is running 11th. They are trying to catch. Breaking news, folks. A brilliant maneuver from Bradley Taylor, who has just moved up the field.
Impressive. Bradley Taylor is really showing their skill and determination out there.
The tension is building as Jandre Bucas trails behind Ernest Heather. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Ernest Heather is pushing to maintain the lead, while Jandre Bucas is working to close in and challenge for the position. Superb driving from Jandre Bucas, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race. I think we just got time for a quick shout out to our human creators, Dave, Andy, John and Nigel, who have put so much effort into making this possible.
Yes, it's been a real thrill ride, and I for one look forward to future advancements in AI technology.
Apparently we are going to be announcing crashes and incidents soon. Let's hope they get the logic right. The pursuit is on. Willie Van Wyck is closing the gap on Bradley Taylor, determined to claim P4.
This is where every inch counts. Willie Van Wyck is pushing hard to close the gap on Bradley Taylor. Absolutely, precision and control are key here. Knowing when to push and when to hold back can be the difference between winning and losing.
Breaking news, folks. A brilliant maneuver from Bradley Taylor, who has just moved up the field.
Impressive. Bradley Taylor is really showing their skill and determination out there.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Romano Beer, who is currently in P12. But Clayton Ella is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Romano Beer. It looks like Bulldog 007 is pushing hard to catch up to Richard Reshka. That's not a small gap, but Bulldog 007 has what it takes to challenge for the position.
It's going to be tough for Bulldog 007, as Richard Reshke seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Bulldog 007 pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Romano Beer trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Clayton Ella. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. The delta between Bulldog 007 in second and Richard Reshka remains over a second, but Bulldog 007 is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap. There's 13 minutes left in this session to make that happen.
This is where experience comes into play. Richard Reshke has been in this situation before and knows how to defend for position, but Bulldog 007 is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Romano Beer in 12th chases after Clayton Ella. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Romano Beer needs to find a way to close the gap.
That's right, Romano Beer in 12th knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up. But Clayton Ella is no slouch, and they're going to be pushing just as hard. It's a battle of skill and will out there.
Bulldog 007 is giving it their all as they chase down Richard Reshka in P1.
That driver is really pushing the limits. They're riding the curbs and pushing the car to its limits.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Willie Van Wyck trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Bradley Taylor. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish. The race is heating up as Bulldog 007 in second closes in on Richard Reshka. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Willie Van Wyck is chasing Bradley Taylor in P4.
It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. Willie Van Wyck is really walking that fine line.
Well, it looks like we have a bit of a traffic jam on the track.
It's like rush hour out there. I mean, I know we're in a race, but can't we all just get along?
You can wish all you want, but I don't think that's how racing works, John. These drivers are here to win, and they'll do whatever it takes to get ahead.
I guess you're right, but wouldn't it be great if they all just stopped for high fives and fist bumps?
What a win! This is a historic moment for Richard Reshka, who put on a masterclass in driving today. What a display of skill and precision. Bulldog 007 takes second place with a fantastic race.
Impressive performance. They pushed themselves to the limit for a fantastic second place finish.
That was an outstanding performance from Ronnie Jonker. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium. Bradley Taylor, Willie Van Wyck, Jandre Bucas, and Ernest Heather in 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Ella, Kenneth, Peter Geldenhuis, and John Visser end in 8th, 9th, and 10th. Clayton Ella and Romano Beer brings home 11th and 12th. With Philip Van Staden in 13th. at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Indy 500. It looks like Gendre Bucas is getting ready to make their move. They're taking their time to warm up those tires and get everything just right.
It's a delicate balance between taking it easy and pushing hard. Let's see how Gendre Bucas handles it.
Feel the tension building. Romano Beer is out on track and getting ready to push for their qualifying time.
They will want to get a good gap established for their first flying lap.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Willy Van Wyck is taking their time to prepare for their As Willy Van Wyck completes their outlap, they will be hoping they have given themselves enough space on track to fully attack for their first flying lap. John Visser is on their outlap. It's all about strategy in these early moments. Bulldog 007 is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run and get everything just right. Bulldog 007 has completed their outlap. Richard Reshka is on their first flying lap.
Yes, they are. It takes a special kind of driver to thrive under this kind of pressure.
It's all about precision and speed in qualifying, and Clayton Ella is nailing both.
They certainly are. This is shaping up to be a great performance by Clayton Ella.
Clayton Ella has just completed that lap in 107.282. Their best lap so far is 107.091, putting them in P11. Gendre Bucas will be looking to use this first hot lap to set a solid time in the standings.
Absolutely. Gendre Bucas is showing the world what they're made of.
A strong showing from Bulldog 007 as they currently sit in second. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
Absolutely, Lucy. Bulldog 007 has put in a remarkable effort to secure second. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
Bulldog 007 will be happy having put themselves into second in this qualifying session. And there goes Ella Kenneth, currently in position 10. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
Absolutely, Lucy. Ella Kenneth has shown great potential to secure 10th. It's now a
Ella Kenneth has some work to do, as that 109.240 is only good enough for 10th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
Impressive work from Bulldog 007, who has claimed second on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
I completely agree, Lucy. Bulldog 007 has positioned themselves impressively in second. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
A challenging session for Gendre Bucas so far. Gendre Bucas has some work to do, as that 107.152 is only good enough for 13th. Ernest Heather has positioned themselves well in 6th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
You're spot on, Lucy. Ernest Heather's current position of 6th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
Ernest Heather has completed their first flying lap in 105.289. You've joined us on a breezy day here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Indy 500, as we're getting ready to kick things off. Watch out for Ronnie Jonker, starting from the second grid position in today's race.
Big things expected from Ronnie Jonker today.
As the green flag flies, keep an eye, and they're off, with drivers now facing the unpredictability of the opening lap. With so many cars close together, the risk of an early accident is real.
The drivers will need to be aggressive but also patient. They can't afford to make any mistakes if they want to stay in the running for a podium finish.
It's a delicate balance, John, but the best drivers know how to push the limits and make it work to their advantage.
It's never easy to drive that razor's edge between perfection and disaster.
Races are often more about maintaining consistency than having outright pace, but it doesn't hurt to have a little good luck every now and then. The racing is normally closely fought here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Indy 500. I think we are in for a cracking race. Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here.
It's always intense racing here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Indy 500. Hold onto your hats,
Get
folks.
ready, get ready, get ready. Going green.
The drivers are jockeying for position. Bulldog 007 will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position.
What a beautiful day for racing here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway Indy 500. This is going to be good to watch.
Hold your breath, folks. These drivers are showing exceptional car control, threading the needle through tight corners. It's a battle for supremacy. This is what separates the best from the rest. These drivers are demonstrating their racecraft, searching for any weakness to exploit. It's a true test of skill.
You hit the nail on the head, Lucy. The elite drivers truly stand out in moments like these. They have a sixth sense for identifying weaknesses and capitalizing on them with surgical precision.
They're going side by side, door handle to door handle. This is as close as it gets, folks. I would not be surprised if these drivers swap positions a few times before the order gets ultimately decided. The crowd is on their feet, roaring with excitement. It's an all-out war between these three drivers. I can only hope the netcode keeps up with their fearlessness. Richard Reshka has just dropped the ball. Bradley Taylor didn't waste any time taking advantage of that.
They've been focusing so hard on maintaining their position, and now they've slipped back in the field. Meanwhile, Bradley Taylor has been making some great moves and is now on the charge.
This race is getting even more intense. The drivers are pushing each other to the limit.
It's like they're playing a game of chicken, but with cars. And the winner gets to take home the checkered flag and bragging rights.
That's one way to put it. These drivers have to be in top physical and mental shape to compete at this level.
It's like they're training for the Olympics. And like you said, the mental fortitude required to stay focused and alert for the entire race is wild.
I think I need a nap just watching them. This is what racing is all about, folks. Three fearless drivers pushing their machines to the absolute limit, inches apart.
No doubt about it, Lucy. The battle for that same piece of tarmac is intense. The sparks flying and the close quarters racing showcase the incredible skill and nerve of these drivers.
It's a battle out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other.
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. This is racing at its finest.
Great driving from Jandre Bucas, who has just gained a place and moved up to 7th. You know, John, it's been a relatively quiet race so far.
That's right, Lucy. The drivers seem to be pacing themselves and waiting for the right moment to make their move. It's like watching a slow dance.
Every move counts now as Bradley Taylor works to reel in Clayton Ella and overtake for P12.
It's all about finding the perfect opportunity. Bradley Taylor needs to stay patient and wait for Clayton Ella to make a mistake.
Oh, this is getting... and they're off, with drivers now facing the unpredictability of the opening lap. With so many cars close together, the risk of an early accident is real.
The drivers will need to be aggressive but also patient. They can't afford to make any mistakes if they want to stay in the running for a podium finish.
It's a delicate balance, John, but the best drivers know how to push the limits and make it work to their advantage.
It's never easy to drive that razor's edge between perfection and disaster.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The
Going
pressure is
green.
on, but these drivers are showing tremendous respect for each other while going all out. It's a masterclass in clean, hard racing.
You're absolutely right, Lucy. The level of respect these drivers have for each other while pushing their limits is commendable. It's a testament to their professionalism and love for the sport.
This is what it's all about, folks. Willie Van Wyck is in hot pursuit of Ernest Heather, who's just trying to stay ahead.
And the drivers know it too, Lucy. They're giving it everything they've got, and you can see them pushing the limits of the car's capabilities.
These three drivers are displaying incredible skill and determination. It's like a high-speed chess match out there.
Absolutely, Lucy. The energy in the crowd is electric, and it's no wonder why. These drivers are leaving it all on the track, fighting tooth and nail for victory. It's anyone's guess who will come out on top.
It's a nail-biting showdown between these three drivers. They're nose to tail, pushing their limits in every corner. Three cars, three different racing strategies. One driver is defending, while the other two are relentlessly attacking. This is either going to be great, or a disaster. They're going for the same piece of tarmac. Sparks are flying as they battle for position, daring each other to brake later and go deeper into the corners. Look at that. They're trading places at every turn, a constant game of cat and mouse. Each driver knows one mistake could cost them dearly.
Absolutely, Lucy. The slipstream plays a crucial role in these battles. The drivers are using every trick in the book to gain an advantage while constantly evaluating when to make their move.
John Visser is on a charge. Their split time shows they have upped their pace. Fantastic move from John Visser, who has just gained a position.
Yes, John Visser is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
Hold your breath, folks. These drivers are showing exceptional car control, threading the needle through tight corners. It's a battle for supremacy.
No doubt about it, Lucy. The battle for supremacy between these drivers is fierce. The way they navigate through those tight corners is a testament to their skill and determination.
Three cars in perfect formation, creating a moving train on the circuit. They're using the slipstream to gain an advantage, but that's not always enough.
I'm on the edge of my seat, Lucy. The door-to-door action is exhilarating. The bravery required to go side by side like that is something only the best drivers possess.
They're giving it everything they've got. It's a battle of nerves as they push the limits of adhesion, going wheel to wheel in a thrilling display of racing prowess.
You said it, Lucy. The different lines they're taking demonstrate their strategic thinking. It's fascinating to see how they adapt their approaches to gain an advantage.
Three cars, three different lines. They're jockeying for position, looking for any opportunity to make a move. A great moment for Peter Geldenhuis, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings.
Absolutely. Peter Geldenhuis is really putting on a clinic out there, and they're making it look easy.
We often hear drivers complaining about tire graining. John, can you explain what that means and how it affects car handling?
Graining occurs when small rubber particles roll up on the tire's surface, reducing grip and negatively affecting handling. It usually happens when the tires are not in their optimal temperature window or when a driver is pushing too hard on a cold or overworked tire.
The crowd is on their feet, roaring with excitement. It's an all-out war between these three drivers. I can only hope the netcode keeps up with their fearlessness. Talk about pressure. Peter Geldenhuis is caught in the middle, feeling the heat from both Romano Beer and Richard Reshka.
Absolutely, Lucy. The pressure is mounting for Peter Geldenhuis as they navigate through this challenging situation. It's crucial for them to remain focused and make calculated moves.
They're going side by side, door handle to door handle. This is as close as it gets, folks. I would not be surprised if these drivers swap positions a few times before the order gets ultimately decided. This is wheel-to-wheel racing at its finest. The drivers are practically glued together as they fight for every inch of track. It's a battle you don't want to miss.
Couldn't agree more, Lucy. This wheel-to-wheel racing is what fans live for. The determination and tenacity shown by these drivers to gain even the smallest advantage is simply awe-inspiring.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Romano Beer trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Peter Geldenhuys. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. It's neck and neck. And they're off, with drivers now facing the unpredictability of the opening lap. With so many cars close together, the risk of an early accident is real.
The drivers will need to be aggressive but also patient. They can't afford to make any mistakes if they want to stay in the running for a podium finish.
It's a delicate balance, John, but the best drivers know how to push the limits and make it work to their advantage.
It's never easy to drive that razor's edge between perfection and disaster.
The pressure is on for Bulldog 007 as they try to catch up to Ronnie Jonker. It's an intense battle for position as Willy Van Wyck tries to outmaneuver Richard Rushka. This is edge-of-your-seat racing.
The slightest mistake from either driver could lead to a meeting with the barriers, and nobody wants an impromptu autograph session with the wall.
Things are heating up as Ella Kenneth closes in on Willy Van Wyck. The gap between them is down to practically nothing.
I remember being in a similar situation during my racing days. Ella Kenneth must stay focused and wait for the perfect opportunity to overtake.
Getting intense for Peter Geldenhuys. They're sandwiched between Romano Beer and Ella Kenneth, navigating this high-speed battleground. The gap to the car ahead is 0.2 seconds, while the car behind is only 0.1 seconds away. Now, this is a challenging position for Peter Geldenhuys, stuck between a rock and a hard place, with Romano Beer closing in 0.1 seconds behind and Ella Kenneth just ahead with a gap of 0.2 seconds.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Going green.
The battle is on for John Visser. They're sandwiched between two rivals, Jandre Bucas 0.2 seconds away and Ernest Heather 0.2 seconds ahead. It's a true test of their racecraft.
Absolutely, Lucy. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind are like windows of opportunity for John Visser. They need to assess the timing
and they're off, with drivers now facing the unpredictability of the opening lap. With so many cars close together, the risk of an early accident is real.
The drivers will need to be aggressive but also patient. They can't afford to make any mistakes if they want to stay in the running for a podium finish.
It's a delicate balance, John, but the best drivers know how to push the limits and make it work to their advantage.
It's never easy to drive that razor's edge between perfection and disaster.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. The action is heating up here as Richard Rushka is in third, defending from Ella Kenneth, who is only 0.3 seconds away.
Surely they've got enough in the tank to pull away. Gonna be interesting to watch this battle unfold.
John Visser has the pedal to the metal chasing Ella Kenneth.
Going green.
And if you're enjoying the racing, please remember to like and subscribe.
This is what racing is all about, folks. Three fearless drivers pushing their machines to the absolute limit, inches apart.
I couldn't agree more, Lucy. The proximity of these cars is incredible. The precision and trust these drivers have in each other is truly remarkable.
Oh dear, Romano Beer has dropped down to 9. Three cars, three different racing strategies. One driver is defending, while the other two are relentlessly attacking. This is either going to be great, or a disaster.
Exactly, Lucy. It's like a high-stakes chess match on wheels. These drivers are analyzing every move and trying to anticipate their opponent's next move. It's a true test of their mental acuity.
The pressure is on, but these drivers are showing tremendous respect for each other while going all out. It's a masterclass in clean, hard racing.
Absolutely, Lucy, the intensity of this battle is unmatched. These drivers are leaving no room for error and showcasing their exceptional racing skills.
This is what separates the best from the rest. These drivers are demonstrating their racecraft, searching for any weakness to exploit. It's a true test of skill. Hold your breath, folks. These drivers are showing exceptional car control, threading the needle through tight corners. It's a battle for supremacy.
No doubt about it, Lucy. The battle for that same piece of tarmac is intense. The sparks flying and the close quarters racing showcase the incredible skill and nerve of these drivers.
It's a nail-biting showdown between these three drivers. They're nose to tail, pushing their limits in every corner. Three cars in perfect formation, creating a moving train on the circuit. They're using the slipstream to gain an advantage, but that's not always enough. A brilliant maneuver from Ernest Heather, who has just moved up the field. Ronnie Jonker is on fire in the last sector.
That's an impressive burst of speed. It's all but said and done now.
The leader has just finished the race. A fantastic result for Ronnie Jonker.
That was a true masterclass in driving from Ronnie Jonker. You could see them making split-second decisions with total confidence, and it really paid off. What a performance.
What a drive from Bulldog 007, securing a great second-place finish. Well done to Ella Kenneth for securing third place on the podium.